Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Really quickly, I just wanted to do a quick intro. I'm gonna be doing the makeup look that I had on my empties video. I had a lot of requests to do that makeup look, so that's what I'm gonna be doing today. The only thing I switched up a little bit was the eye part. In the makeup that I was wearing in the empties video, the inner corner is pushed in, you know, like the eyeshadow's pushed in the inner corner. Today I just extended it out a little bit more. I just like the way that makes my eyes look a little bit bigger sometimes, so that's the only thing I did different. If you don't want to extend it out like I did, you could just, you know, put your eyeshadow normally like you normally would in the inner corner. Also, I did incorporate a how-to winged liner in this video. I wanted to kind of add a 2-in-1 video to show you guys the makeup that I did and to show you guys how I like to do my wing liner. Kind of like a wing liner for beginners type thing too. Again, I want to make up for videos that I haven't done, so I figured I'd kind of put 2 videos into one. Hopefully it's not too long. And so yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and stop rambling and get on with the video. If y'all want to see my makeup today, how I got it done, then please keep watching. Okay, so I'm gonna take this shade, Creme Brulee and Cupcake, this shade and this shade. So I'm going to be mixing both into my crease, and I need a mirror. I'm using my E40 blending brush from Sigma to blend this into the crease. So now, taking this little crease brush from Isabella Phantom brushes, I'm going to be taking taking the shade Cocoa Bear, one of my favorite eyeshadows. I'm going to be placing this more in the crease area. I'm going to try to be a little bit more precise with this shade. I'm going to go back with my E40 really quick and blend out any harsh lines. I'm going to take the shade Wine and Dine, and with the same little crease brush, I'm going to take a little bit of that shadow and place it in the outer V and bring it into the crease. Again, just take the E40 and blend out any harsh lines. And one more time, take a little bit more of Cocoa Bear from Makeup Geek and put it in the outer V and into the crease as well. Blend out one more time. You have to blend out after every step. Literally, if you want it to be nice and blended, guys. You got to. Takes longer, but it looks better at the end, so it's up to you, girlfriend. It's up to you. Yes, just like that. For the lid shade, I'm going to be taking the Colourpop Super Shock Shadow in the shade Amaze. I'm going to be placing this with my finger all over my lid area, because I feel like it's so much better when you use your finger with these shadows. You get the most pigment, especially if you like swipe up and down like this, and then kind of to the side if you want. Just like that. Whoa. After I applied it, I'm going to take that little crease brush again and just kind of go over the edges so there's no harsh lines. Now I'm going to take some makeup remover. I'm going to use my Mary Kay makeup remover. I love this makeup remover. It is so freaking good. Now when it comes to eyeliner, I feel like the most important step, not the most important step, no. A good tip to do is clean out your eyeshadow like this and kind of sharpen out the edge here. Just like I always do. This really helps me when I'm about to apply my eyeliner, because the line is pretty much made for me. See? And I don't like to obviously take it too high up or too high out. Always from your little lash line here where it ends, just do like a line. You want to bring it out towards the temple of your eyes. So now that that's done, now first tip, whenever you're about to do your eyeliner, always make sure you start off with a fresh, clean brush. This one has eyeliner from yesterday, so I'm just taking that makeup remover from Mary Kay on a napkin and just wiping it down to make sure it is clean. It's really hard to get your liner to like be on point and just nice and sharp with a dirty brush. So always clean your brush, girl. You have a fresh base to start off with. The brush I'm going to be using today is the E65 angled brush from Sigma. I will zoom in. I will show you guys a close-up of what this brush looks like. This brush is amazing. I have used this brush for years. I would say like 3 years now. And look at this brush. It still looks like when I first bought it. There's no hair sticking out. It's so freaking good. It's angled, it's not flimsy, it's only flimsy enough to how, like, where you need it to be flimsy, just a little bit on the tip. This brush is amazing. I highly recommend it. A lot of girls always ask me what brush I use to do my liner, and it's the E65 angled brush from Sigma. I love it. It's my favorite. I will never go back to anything, just this brush. So now taking one of my favorite eyeliners, gel liners, is the Maybelline Eye Studio Gel Liner. You guys know I use this religiously. It's amazing. I love it. If you're a person that has hooded eyes though, you might not want to use this. If you're a person that has hooded eyes, you might want to use the Inglot Gel Liner, the Blackest black one. I hear that's amazing. I haven't tried it, but I hear it's amazing. So what I like to do first is dip my brush into the eyeliner and, like, you know, saturate my brush with the eyeliner pretty good. And then on the edges, I like to just do this. Just clean it up so it has a nice sharp edge. Just like that. So I'm gonna start my eyeliner now. What I like to do is start with the base. So I'm just gonna take my brush and I'm gonna start off by doing little strokes. When you do little strokes, there's less room for error. And I mean, like, if you do a big stroke and you mess it up, it's gonna be something bigger you're gonna have to, like, try to remove. But if you do a small stroke and you mess up, it's like, okay, it's a small stroke, I can take that off. And it's not that big of a deal. So just use small strokes and stay really close to the lash line. Especially once you're coming into the inner part of the, you know, of the liner part. Use little strokes and stay really close to begin with. If you want to make it thicker afterwards, you can do that. But to begin with, use little strokes and stay really close to the lash line. And kind of fill it in there. Okay, so now that I have my base down, you know, the main line, I'm going to start with my wings. So what I'm going to do is take the brush. I'm going to do one little line. Then another line, and make sure, I like to just follow the line that I did with the eyeshadow up. I mean, again, using little strokes so you don't mess up. This is for beginners, you know. If you're not a beginner, you probably just do it faster, you know. But if you're a beginner, do little strokes. That's how you start off with, so you won't mess up as much. So as I'm going up into the line, I use less pressure on my hand. Like, I barely touch it. Like, just kind of like feather it. That way your line could be thinner. Just like that. So now that I have my line, I'm going to go ahead halfway between that line, which is like right there, the tip of the brush. I'm just going to close my eye and go down. Just like that. Take a little bit more eyeliner, and then that little gap there, I'm just gonna fill it in. Right here, you see how there's the big difference here? Like, it just looks cut like that. You wanna take the brush and just kind of blend it in there so you don't see like a cut line, just sharp line coming down. You add a little bit just there. It'll blend in with that line and it won't look as sharp. So if you want like a small thin wing, you would pretty much be done here because that's it, you know, this is it. It's a thin little wing. But I want to thicken it out, and the way I like to thicken out my wings is just slowly like start again up here and slowly like make it thicker. You could barely see the difference, but I am making it thicker. But I'm just doing it in little pieces to where I see like, okay, do I like this thickness? No, I want to do a little bit thicker. So now again, go a little higher up, and then always like turn your eye different ways so you can see like the angles. How does it look when I turn this way? How does it look when I turn this way? So far it's looking good. So if I'm gonna make it thicker out here, you want to bring it in a little bit thicker in the center. You can leave this part alone, but in the center, you want to make it thicker too. Now if you have a little bit more mature skin to where you have like a little bit more wrinkles, you are gonna want to like kind of use your finger to extend this a little bit and then just kind of do your liner, because if you just do little strokes like this and you have a lot of little wrinkles, it's gonna be harder and you're gonna have like spaces in between, and that's not good. So just use your other finger to kind of tug and pull, and I can't do that right now because I'm using a mirror to see, but like if you have more mature skin, stretch it out just a little bit and then fill it in. If you're a person that has very round eyes and you want your eye to look more almond shaped, you want to make it thicker out here and bring it in really thin into the closer to the inner part. If you're a person that has more almond eyes and you want them to look more round, make it thick, 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 and kind of bring it in thicker into the inner part. I don't know if you guys, like if that explains well. I could do a separate video on that, but I like for my eyes to look almond, so I always do thin, thin, and then a little thicker, 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 and then thicker. If you want them to look more circular, you start thick, 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 like you do thick all the way around and then thicker on the outer part, if that makes any sense. So I like my wing like this, but I think I'm gonna go just a little bit thicker. So I'm gonna start here again and bring it down. How I do my liner. For the rest of my face, I'm just gonna like speed through it. I feel like the most important part in this video was my eyes. Now that I'm done with my eyes, I'm just gonna speed through the rest because I feel like everything else is repetitive. So yeah, I'm just gonna show you guys the products and just speed through everything. shade. Now I'm remembering that I did go ahead and use a little bit of this shade right here from the Chocolate Bar palette. And I used the Wine and Dine shade from the Violet Vozz palette. I remember it was a little bit more like, you know, cranberry-ish, more darker though. So what I'm gonna do is take the, where are you? And I'm gonna be mixing a little bit of the shade here from the Chocolate Bar. Then I'm gonna mix a little bit of Wine and Dine and put it in the crease. Oh my god, yes, see, this is more like it. I remember it was like a little more intense, like the burgundy shade was more intense. There we go, yes. That's better. So now I'm gonna be doing the under eyes. I'm gonna take a little bit of that cranberry shade in the Chocolate Bar palette. And a little bit of the Wine and Dine shade. Pop this in the waterline. In the lower lash line, I mean. Oh my god, I always say in the waterline. For the lower lash line, I'm not bringing the eyeshadow all the way in there in the inner corner. I'm extending it out a little bit. Right there, just so my eye appears a little bit bigger. I love doing this. Now I'm gonna take a little bit of Cocoa Bear. I'm gonna blend out those burgundy shades I just put on the lower lash line. I'm just gonna use a pencil brush. Y'all can use any pencil brush y'all have. Now take your favorite eyeliner. For the waterline, I'm just taking my Maybelline Eye Studio Gel Liner. And my angled brush, I'm just going to be putting it in the waterline to smoke it. Now it's mascara time for my bottom lashes. I'm using the Jordana Lash Extreme Mascara. With my Mary Luminizer highlight from the Balm, I'm gonna go ahead and highlight the inner corner. I'm gonna highlight the inner corner, and I'm also gonna highlight this little section that I left open here. I'm also gonna highlight my brow bone with this. For lipstick, I'm gonna take my Colourpop liquid lipstick in the shade More Better. Just this beautiful mauve-y shade. I'm gonna add some Aquifer on my lips just to make sure they're nice and moisturized. I like to take my napkin and just like press it on there a little bit so there's not too much. I think I used the shade Bad Habit instead of More Better. Yeah, I think I used Bad Habit. I always mess up between these two. Yeah, I used Bad Habit, I'm pretty sure. There we go. Right, ladies, this is it for the makeup tutorial. I hope I got pretty close to the makeup look. If not, I really like this makeup look as well, so I hope y'all enjoyed. Thank you so much again for watching my videos, and I will see you guys on my next one. Bye.